Just a quick spoiler warning here. If you haven't watched the Transformers Rise of the Beast movie, go watch it. It's in theaters now before checking out this video because there will be spoilers to the literal ending of that film. If you're still here and you don't care about spoilers, welcome. Pull up a chair, take a seat, grab your favorite snack, and let's get started. Now, the movie ends with Noah Diaz finally catching a break. He's finally able to get that job interview, and the job interview is for a secret government organization known as G.I. Joe. And he supposedly, we would assume, gets hired for this job. Now, if you're not familiar with Transformers and G.I. Joe, you might think this is really stupid. Why are we having G.I. Joe in the Transformers universe? Well, G.I. Joe and Transformers have crossed over multiple times, with the Autobots joining forces with the G.I. Joes, and the Decepticons joining forces with Cobra and his crew, leading to some pretty interesting stories within the world of the Transformers comic books. I mean, I would love to see a version of Baroness driving around in a Megatron tank, but the reality of the situation is the reason why people are so scared of this crossover, of this Transformers versus G.I. Joe movie, is because of how terribly the G.I. Joe films have done by themselves. Because essentially what G.I. Joe would be doing would be leeching off the success of the Transformers movies, which realistically fans are not too pleased with. Now granted, I'm not upset with the eventuality of a Transformers versus the G.I. Joe storyline. I welcome it. I just don't want to see it now. But when it does happen, I can imagine that Optimus and the Autobots would get surrounded by a military unit, or what seems like a military unit, only for Noah Diaz to come out and talk to Prime and say that they need his help to defeat the Decepticons who have teamed up with terrorist organization Cobra. That would be pretty cool, but I want build up to that. I don't want them to shove it down my throat and say, enjoy it. Likewise, we haven't even really seen the Decepticons in full force. Yes, we saw them in the War for Cybertron opener of the Bumblebee movie, and we did see a trio of them arrive on Earth to stop B, but I want to see a full army of Decepticons arrive on Earth with the intent to destroy humanity under the command of Megatron. Over the course of several films, have the Decepticons be built up to be these terrifying villains that make the Autobots work for that victory in every single film. And then, when the G.I. Joe crossover comes around, make it even worse by having them team up with terrorist organization Cobra, making the Autobots join forces with the G.I. Joe. The reality of making a crossover like this expects people to like both of the things that are crossing over. You have to build these things up to make the fans want it. You can't simply just feed somebody a hamburger and cram it down the throat like, eat this and you're gonna like it, because they don't care about what you're trying to feed them. They're choking. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Are you excited for the possibility of a Transformers versus G.I. Joe crossover, or do you hate the idea? Let me know all this in the comments below, and with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.